All right, welcome. This is Mr. Bennett's Business Management class, Chapter 7, Section 1, Deciding to Purchase, Join, or Start a Business. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the objectives, discuss purchasing an existing business, describe how to evaluate a franchise opportunity, list advantages and disadvantages of joining a family business, I'll get to that later, and determine whether to start a new business. I'll also get to that in a later section. Some of the key terms in this particular section of Chapter 7: franchise, initial franchise fee, startup costs, royalty fees, and advertising fees. At the bottom of 178, I'm going to start off with purchasing an existing business. If you want to use your online textbook that's on your Google Classroom, you can follow along as I read aloud, or you can listen, your choice. When most people consider going into business for themselves, they think about starting a new business, but purchasing an existing business could be a good option. Owners sell their businesses for a variety of reasons. Reasons can include insufficient sales or profits, new competition, fear of changing economic conditions, retirement, a dispute among partners, death or illness of a partner, and the owner's desire to do something different. I'm at the top of page 179. There are many ways to find businesses that are for sale. You may find advertisements in the classified section of the local newspaper. You might decide to use a business broker who sells businesses for a living. Other people in your industry might know of businesses for sale. You might also learn about available businesses through landlords and leasing agents, lawyers and bankers, management consultants, the Small Business Administration, which we've talked about in earlier chapters, the Chamber of Commerce, and bankruptcy announcements. Again, page 179, advantages of buying an existing business. There are many advantages to buying an existing business. Number one, the existing business already has the necessary equipment, supplies, and procedures in place. It may also have built up goodwill or customer loyalty. You might want to change some of the policies and procedures established by the former owner, but fine-tuning existing systems is likely to be much easier than creating systems from scratch. Number two, the seller of the business may train the new owner. The previous owner or experienced employees may be willing to help the new owner learn about the company. Number three, there are prior records of revenues, expenses, and profits. This means that financial planning will be easier and more reliable than it would be for a completely new business. And number four, financial agreements can be easier. The seller of the business may accept an initial partial payment and allow the rest to be paid off in monthly installments. This can reduce or eliminate the need for bank financing. If bank financing is needed, getting it may be easier because banks are more likely to lend to an established business. I'm still on page 179 if you could look at disadvantages of buying an existing business. Buying an existing business sounds like an easy way to become an entrepreneur, but it can be risky. There are disadvantages to buying a business. Number one, many businesses are for sale because they are not making a profit. Owners often try to sell businesses that are not financially profitable. Number two, serious problems may be inherited. Businesses can have poor reputations with customers, have trouble with suppliers, or be poorly located. And number three, capital is required. Many new entrepreneurs just do not have the money to purchase a mature business. So starting small might be their only option. I'm still at the bottom of 179, steps in purchasing a business, if you would follow along. Buying a business is a complicated process that requires serious thought, and if you are considering buying a business, you will want to follow these steps. Number one, write specific objectives about the kind of business you want to buy and identify businesses for sale that meet your objectives. This will help you find the right business for what you want to do. Page 180. Number two, meet with business sellers or brokers to investigate specific opportunities. Ask about the history of the business, the reason for its sale, its financial performance, and the price the owner is asking for it. Number 3, visit during business hours to observe the business in action. Inspect the facility closely to make sure that it meets your needs. Observe how the business operates when it's open to customers. Number 4, ask the owner to provide you with a complete financial accounting of operations for at least the past 3 years. Analyzing these reports will help you see how much profit you can make and how much you will probably be paying out in expenses. Number 5, ask for important information in written form. Get a list of all the assets to be transferred to the new owner, a statement about any past or pending legal action against the business, a copy of the business lease or mortgage, and a list of the suppliers. Have an accountant and a lawyer help you review all the material. Be suspicious if the owner refuses to provide all the information you request. Number 6, determine how you would finance the business. Contact lending institutions and ask the seller if he or she would be willing to finance part or all of the purchase. And number 7, get expert help to determine a price to offer for the business. An accountant or evaluator, an expert on determining the value of a business, can help. Present the offer in writing to the seller. If an agreement is reached, have a lawyer draw up the sales contract. We will start with the next section on franchise ownership here in a little bit. Please check your Google Classroom. Work on the outstanding assessments that I have. Review question 7.1. You can use the information that you've gathered from this session to help you answer those questions. Hope you're doing well, and we'll start with franchise ownership in a little bit.